Colossians chapter 3. Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you will also appear with him in glory.
I just want to talk about what your New Year's resolution should not be. A lot of Christians have come up, someone way back, I don't know when, came up with the phrase die to self or dying to self. And did you know that it's not actually in the Bible? It's not biblical. There is no reference in the Bible to dying to self in the way that it's taught in institutionalized Christianity.
Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of God is coming. You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must also rid yourselves of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips.
They just made it up. It's not biblical at all. It's not us dealing with the sin. You know, the way they talk about dying to self is, oh, you have to stop sinning and you have to not put yourself first, and you have to go and love everybody, and you have to serve in the church, and don't think about your own needs at all. You need to get to work, basically. It's a works message, dying to self. Something that's an impossible target for people to do.
You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must also rid yourselves of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices, and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its Creator.
And it immediately makes your heart sink when you think, oh no, I've got to die to self. How do I do that? Because you know deep down that it's impossible. You've probably tried it before. It doesn't work. It's basically trying to use your own flesh to subdue your flesh, to try and stop sinning, and we all know that doesn't work. And then, of course, they've got all the verses about, in the four Gospels, if any man come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. And of course, we know that that was before the cross. We don't take up our cross because we're already been crucified on it.
Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your heart on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry.
We look back to the cross, and the work is already accomplished and finished. There is no forward work. It's already been done. It's finished. Christ did it, and also, you know, when he was talking about those who would follow him on the earth during his ministry, it was about literally following him, like through the dusty streets and from one town to another, and being his literal disciple, following him around wherever he went during his earthly ministry. It was not something that applies to believers now, because that ministry is finished and we are all over the world. We're not following him around in Israel 2,000 years ago. So those verses can't be applied to us now. So change your New Year's resolution to die to self-effort. We don't want to be doing any efforts in our own flesh to please God, because we cannot please God in the flesh.